Video lecture number 3, An Astrologer's Day by R.K. Narayan. Hello dear students and dear friends. In my last video lecture on the lesson An Astrologer's Day, I discussed the structure and the parts of the lesson. Today too we will continue with the same lesson An Astrologer's Day. But today we will do the critical study of the lesson An Astrologer's Day. As in my first video lecture, I had already explained you that R.K. Narayan's writing has 4 important characteristics, and they are: number 1, humor; number 2, unoffending irony; number 3, a unique Indianness; and number 4, a charming and authentic simplicity. These same 4 features or characteristics are found in this present story, An Astrologer's Day. Let's discuss them in detail. The first one is humor. We find humor in this story, An Astrologer's Day. This story is humorous too. This humor is created by the unoffending irony in this story. While reading the story, we laugh when we read the statements like, number 1, he knew no more of what was going to happen to others than he knew what was going to happen to himself the next minute. Second statement, his eyes sparkled with a sharp abnormal gleam, which was really an outcome of a continual searching look for customers, but which his simple clients took to be a prophetic light and felt comforted. Third sentence, he was as much a stranger to the stars as were his innocent customers. These are the sentences which make us laugh in this story. The second important thing of this story is unoffending irony or ironic elements in this story. This story has ironic elements. Now, what is irony? Irony means a situation or a statement which is characterized by a significant difference between what is expected and what actually happens. For example, here in this story, the astrologer's client and we readers are expecting that this astrologer has a great knowledge of the stars. But actually the fact is that he knows nothing about the stars. The second example of irony, I am explaining irony. The astrologer's client and the readers are expecting the astrologer to have a profound knowledge about the future of his customers. But actually the fact is that this astrologer himself doesn't know what is going to happen him the next minute. This is called irony. There are many examples of irony in this story. Irony is a figure of speech too. Now I give you some of the examples of the irony from the story, and the remaining examples of irony from the story you find out on your own. The first example of the story is the sentence number 1, he knew no more of what was going to happen to others than he knew what was going to happen to himself the next minute. Sentence number 2, or the second sentence or the second example of irony, His eyes sparkled with a sharp abnormal gleam, which was really an outcome of a continual searching look for customers, but which his simple clients took to be a prophetic light and felt comforted. Sentence number 3, or the third example of irony. He was as much a stranger to the stars as were his innocent customers. Example number 4 of irony. He said things which pleased and astonished everyone. That was more a matter of study, practice, and shrewd guesswork. Now these are the various examples of irony. Remaining examples irony from the story are to be found out by you on your own. Now the third important thing of this story is a unique Indianness. Now see, the background of this story is completely Indian. The main character and other characters that are depicted in the story are also purely Indians. The description of the market in the town, near the town hall in this story is just like the Indian bazaar or the Indian market that we experience in every town or city of India. Moreover, the language used in this story contains many Indian words like cowrie shells, pies, anna, rupee, chirut, jutka, etc. And it is called code mixing. Now what is code mixing? When the words from two or more different languages are used in one sentence, it is called code mixing. For example, school chale hum. Now another important feature of this story is a charming and authentic simplicity. This is fourth characteristic of this story, or you may say the fourth important thing of this story. A charming and authentic simplicity. Now see, the way the story is narrated is very simple. The language and the words in this story are also not so difficult. The story is narrated and written in such a way that it appears to be a real one or authentic one. While reading this story, we feel that we are there in the market of that town and watching all the happenings with the astrologer. This is what we can call the simplicity is. Now, the last important thing is the significance of the title and Astrologer's Day. Now, the title of this story is An Astrologer's Day. How it is appropriate? The astrologer thought that he had killed a man after a quarrel. So he ran away from his village, changed his appearance and persona. When he arrived in the city, he married there in the city and became an astrologer. However, he still felt guilty for what he had done, because he didn't know that the man whom he tried to kill after a quarrel was alive or dead. So when he came to know that the man he thought he had killed was actually alive, the dark load inside him disappeared, and it made his day. It means he felt relieved and happy. So it was actually the astrologer's day, because he himself felt relieved and happy when he came to know that the man whom he thought he had killed is alive. So this is the significance of the title An Astrologer's Day. So friends, here we discussed some of the features, important features, and the critical analysis of this story. Now let's turn towards the some of the margin activities. But before that, I would like to tell you that as we are dealing with the margin activities, hereafter you have to read the text of the lesson once or twice in detail, so that you can understand the margin activities as well as the brainstorming section. Now see on page number 3, we'll see the margin activities. See the first margin activity. If the astrologer had stayed in the village, then he would have carried on. Now incomplete sentence is given here. You have to complete the sentence by filling up the information, collecting it from the text. So I complete it on my own. If the astrologer had stayed in the village, then he would have carried on the work of his forefathers, namely tilling the land, living, marrying, and ripening in his cornfield, an ancestral home. This is the answer of this activity. Now let's go for the second marginal activity. The astrologer could understand the problem in 5 minutes. How? Now we are discussing all these marginal activities that are given on page number 3 in your textbook. The astrologer could understand the problem in 5 minutes. How? The answer to this activity is the astrologer had a working analysis of mankind's troubles like marriage, money, and the tangle of human ties. His long practice has sharpened the way he perceived things, and thus he could understand the problem in 5 minutes. Now another marginal activity. Guess the meaning. Pies. Now pies is a plural form of the word pie, which means a former bronze coin of India, the 12th part of Anna. So dear friends, we stop here with the margin activities. Some of the margin activities and the brainstorming section will be studied and discussed by us in the next video lecture. But once again, I remind you to read the lesson in the textbook properly once or twice, so that we can understand the activities properly and you can solve them properly. Thank you very much.